What is up? So I'm going to be going in and showing you behind the scenes of what is actually in the Peak Performance Program. So I'm Coach Nick, certified strength and conditioning coach, the owner of the Peak Performance Program, and the person who will be your coach and the one responsible for crafting all of the workouts. So the Peak Performance Program is really for the former athletes and athletes who want to get back into being more explosive, get their athleticism back, improve their performance overall, get stronger. Not they're tired of the bodybuilding CrossFit because it's not just where they want to go. And I've set up a system in different phases of training to actually help you make that happen. That's not just a bunch of random shit thrown together. I do this because I am still personally invested in training to become the best athlete myself, and I want to provide that training to all of you in order to make that happen. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you the behind the scenes right now of our actual program. So I'll show you our current split for this week, and then we will go into the rest of it for you. So here we go. So here is our current workout program that we are on. This is our foundational phase. So typically when our foundational phase, we are focused on, as it says, laying the foundation. So we're focused more on improving muscle quality and movement quality, building muscle, where there's mobility in there, right? We're getting our technique, our skill work in. There's some conditioning and athletic performance, but we're slowly building those up. The main focus is really building those base levels of strength, getting you solid on your movement technique, and starting to prepare the tendons and everything that we need in order to achieve something that's called phase potentiation in our later sets. And all that really means is that our system and our structure and our phase before is going to be like a catalyst for the next one. So it'll give us more and more results for the next goal that we have. So this one, like I said, it's our strength, hypertrophy work, movement quality. There is still a little bit of speed in there, but I'll show you kind of behind the scenes. And this is all delivered on your app. So I can show you that right now, how it actually pulls up for you on your app. And once you get inside the Peak Performance Program, this will just all auto be there for you. So let me pull up the app for you real fast. Now you're going to see a lot more programs in there, and that's just because I also have a lot more athletes doing other programs and different things like that. So here we go. Let me show you what it looks like on the app. So you can see this is my profile, Coach Nick, and then you can see right here on the Tuesday, the top workout is the Peak Performance Program. And it'll just auto pop up, right? So whatever you have for the day, it'll pop up on the different day. But let's just go into this first one. This is a workout I did earlier today. My hamstrings are really sore from this one. So every workout will have a description. It'll break it all down for the major things that we're going to be doing for that. And then it'll have its warm up and it will start to get into the workouts. So if it's gray, that just means it's a straight set. If it's blue or green, that means it's like a superset, triset, or a circuit. So we have some of our dynamic warm up. We get into our plyometrics. Then in this phase, we're doing some power work for our lower body. If it's an upper body day, we're going to be doing more of a strength focus, like our bench press was definitely more strength focused, doing a wave loading set. And then we're going into a 6, 12, 25 method. That method is something that I describe in depth on my other videos, but essentially what it is we're trying to maximize the amount of mechanical tension and metabolic stress placed on the body, provides a huge stimulus for our muscle growth that we're trying to achieve. And then we finish it off with some mobility, movement quality work to make sure that you're not just getting stiff with it. So every single new phase, you'll get these workouts on there. There's a lot that you can do with this. So I have this set up so you can save it as a 1 rep max. Or save it as a rep max. So all you do is you type in your numbers, 500, that's crazy, right? And then you'll go through each of them, log them as you go, and you just hit log at the top. It'll save that for you, and it'll track the weight that you're lifting, and it will be able to make adjustments and things for you. But that's kind of getting into the weeds a little bit with this. So that is how the workouts are delivered to you. Now, there's a lot more that we can actually do inside of the group. Say there are the 4 different phases, right? We have our foundational phase, then we have our strength and power phase. Then we have something called our dynamic force phase, and then our peaking phase. And like I said, each one of these is meant to stack on top of each other. Typically, we want to work our hypertrophy, movement quality, work capacity. Then we want to go into maximizing our strength and then our force output while preparing the tendons and getting some of that power work in there, because the next 2 phases are all about building that power, explosiveness, athletic movement, and quality. But if we don't have the force and the strength ability there, we're not going to get the most out of that power development. And that is why we structure it this way, because to power is force, which is our strength, times our velocity. So we slowly shift from maximizing this, holding on over here as we transfer, but then we're starting to really maximize that velocity component of it to really achieve that most amount of power, quick twitch, fast twitch type muscle fibers with it. So let me pull up some of the other programs for you. So when you join, you get access to all the programs. It's not like I'm hiding them from you or anything like that. You can literally do them all. So you can see we have about 2 years worth in here. We've been doing this for a while. You can see some other things in here like metabolic conditioning in the gym, field conditioning, in-season training plans for some of our athletes. We'll use these different ones based on what type of sport you play or what type of conditioning you want to get into, what's easier for you. So we have a lot of our MMA, jiu-jitsu type guys go into this metabolic conditioning that's more structured towards the energy system that they use and how their body is moving in that sport. And then for like rugby and other sports, we kind of come over here to this field conditioning work. But like I said, we have 4 different overall phases that we use. So you can see it's strength and power, strength and hypertrophy was that first phase. Okay. Then we go into what's our CCC hybrid method. That's that like absolute strength and power phase that I talked about. Super great. I just put up a video to explain it where I literally dive into exactly what this is and I break it all down. So I do a program breakdown every month for all of our members inside of our Facebook group where I go through all the exercises, I go through the intentions, the sets, the reps, how to make adjustments, everything that you could need in order to make it and adapt it for you with the equipment you have and the time constraints or how much time you have available to train. If you need to swap it out for any like extra speed work or conditioning, or if there's a fight coming up or whatever you have going on for you. Now, after that, like I said, we have our dynamic force phase, and that's where we start to use something a little different. That's an undulating periodization. All that means is that we focus on one day, like one main goal per that day. There's different ways to do it, but I found this way is best, where we have a velocity, super fast, super freaking explosive type training where we're moving the bar quickly, a lot of plyometrics in there, a lot of movement quality, coordination, rotational stuff in there. Then we have a straight power day. Again, we're maximizing force times velocity. So, there's a little bit of weight, but we're still moving really, really fast with the bar, and we're trying to maximize that power component for our legs and our upper body. And then we're holding on to that strength. So we have like a straight strength focused days. I have found that a lot of people actually do get stronger doing this because the recovery that they get from going to a 3-day split rather than constantly kind of grinding away at the strength, and the power and speed development actually trains their nervous system and trains their body to produce force a lot quicker, which translates a lot better for them into their strength work. And then our last phase is our peaking phase, where we use a French contrast training method along with contrast training with it. And this is really to like take everything we've been building and take it to the next level. This is where a lot of PRs happen and your power and speed work. You feel really great. You feel the most athletic you've ever felt in your life. But that's how the 4 programs are, the 4 phases are worked through. And these are all available to you because so when you sign on, me and you get on an onboarding call. I go through your goals, I go through what you have, like we go from A to Z. I help you choose which program I think is going to be best for you, when to hop on with the current cycle, how to adjust it. Like I just got off the call with a couple of rugby guys, and what they're prepping for with their training schedule and stuff. So that onboarding call, we literally take care of everything for you. We dive into nutrition if you need nutritional support. We have a bunch of resources available for that, which I can show you. But this is everything that you're getting in there. Now with the resources, we have a lot of these right here inside the actual group, so they're always there for you. But one thing is that we're growing this Facebook community and we're getting more and more people in here as we just started this not too long ago. But one thing I want to show you, I'll post drop-in coaching calls, so it doesn't have to be every other week. Like I'll post my coaching availability. You can hop on. I have some people on reoccurring calls because we're working on their nutrition a lot. And then any like major things, you don't have to take advantage of these. I know some people are like, oh, this is a lot of coaching. I don't, I just want to hit the workouts. That's totally fine. You can do that, but it's there for the people who want it, and the people who need it. And it's always good to have a little swift kick in the ass of if things aren't going the way you want to and you're not being accountable. I'm here to help you be accountable for that. And then we have our sports nutrition bundle. This is where there's a lot more than what you saw. So you can see there's some of the same guides. There's testosterone boosting guides, shopping lists, meal breakdowns, meal plans, everything you can need. There's actually recipes in there that you can use. The group is where you're going to be able to get a lot of instant feedback. You're going to be able to ask your questions, get support on any technique or anything, post your wins, PRs, all that type of stuff. And that's really the gist of it all. It's trying to give you everything that you need to be successful and provide you the support that you need behind it. So that's what's inside the Peak Performance program. You get the coaching call, support, community, and you get the workouts every single month. You get me there. I want to say this is a like I don't want to say templated program. I kind of want to dispel that. Like every athlete has certain qualities that they need to improve: strength, power, speed, acceleration, mobility, agility, and then like your coordination, stability, and balance, right? And the whole program, everything that we do is meant to highlight these areas in a specific sequence that give us the best results. So it's not that that you are like sports specific, whatever, right? We are building a better athlete, and the specificity comes from, and the customization comes from me and you getting on the calls, me and you knowing that you have a lack of instability in your left hip, and me telling like, hey, on this coaching call, I'm like, hey, instead of this, you're going to do this, okay? Like here's the exercise that you're going to do, right? And that's how we really provide the individuality of it all, is having that connection, having that relationship, and being able to chat back and forth so I can direct you towards the correct way. Because there are exercises that are going to make you and get you where you want to go. There are methods, there are training methods that are going to get you where you want to go for those qualities that you need to improve. And that's what we're using. We're using the best and most scientifically backed methods that I've found with myself and all my athletes in order to make this happen. So this is just a this is just a quick sneak peek of what's inside the Peak Performance program, everything that you'll be getting. So I hope this is helpful for you. If you want to get started with the Peak Performance program, I will put a link below, or if you have questions on the different phases, how you can make this work for you, right? Anything that you have, I'll put a strategy booking call. You'll have to fill out a quick application just so I can get some background information on you. But after that, you'll book a time and we'll hop on a call and we'll just see if it is good for you or not. If not, totally, like I'm not going to be there and say like, hey, you got this very specific thing and blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah, join on if it's not going to be a good fit for you. That's not how I operate. I want you to get the best possible results. And if I think that is inside of the Peak Performance program, I'm going to invite you to join. If not, no worries. I'll direct you where you need to go. So other than that, like, comment, subscribe. Hope this is helpful. and I will see you guys in some of my other videos.